The next day, Lucas prepared his things and was envisioning taking Ugoma with him. He took his car keys and his parents saw him off. Guess what? He didn't go straight to Ugoma's house. He went to a town not too far from Mwasi to buy Ugoma some modern clothes. Lucas loves women who look sexy, and he needed to send the signal to Ugoma by purchasing the kind of clothes he loves. When he was done with the shopping, he went straight to Ugoma's house, parked his car, came down, only to see Ugoma wearing a very long dress sitting outside. He felt so bad. He thought he took long before coming. Ugoma stood up wearing a smile immediately she saw him. "Good morning," she greeted shyly, and Lucas responded, "Morning, my precious jewel of inestimable value," handing over the bag containing clothes and footwears. "What am I going to do with the bag?" Ugoma asked with a confused expression on her face. Lucas wanted to respond, only to see Chidera. He remembered all Uncle his mother said about them. So, he just ignored her and said to Ugoma, "The bag I gave you contains clothes and footwears. I don't like what you're wearing, so go in and change." Ugoma nodded with a smile and asked, "But what about my bags?" And Lucas said, "I will put them in my car." Ugoma ran inside to change her clothes, and her uncle came out, greeted, "Good morning, young man." And Lucas responded, "Good morning, sir. I came to pick my wife. Sorry for waking you up." Her uncle said, "That's good, but are you sure you can marry her? She is a lunatic." Chidera started blushing and was like, "Papa, fire on." And Lucas said to Ugoma's uncle, "Let me correct you, sir. A very pretty lunatic at that. Yes, I can marry her. In fact, I am already married to her." When he finished saying this, he started carrying his wife's bag, loading them into his car. Our uncle left there in great shame, but Chidera stayed behind and started walking towards the direction of Lucas, but he pretended he didn't see her. "Hi, good morning, handsome," she said. Lucas looked around as if he wasn't the one she was talking to. "Excuse me, are you talking to me?" he asked. Chidera laughed like a lunatic and nodded, and Lucas responded, "Okay, how can I be of help to you?" Shamelessly, she said, "I know you are being forced by your parents to marry my cousin. I love you so much and I would like you to marry me." Lucas didn't know where he started laughing. He even sat on the floor. And Chidera asked, "What's funny?" Lucas stood up and said to her, "You and everything you stand for is funny. Yes, my parents forced me into marrying Ugoma, and I accepted because she is very, very, very beautiful." And Chidera asked seductively, "Am I not very beautiful?" This wanted to make Lucas poke, and he asked, "Have you seen a gorilla before?" "Yes, I have. When I went to a zoo," Chidera replied. "Okay," Lucas said. "Don't be offended though. I wanted to ask you the first day I saw you if you are in any way related to a gorilla. Because girl, you are the definition of the word ugly." This he said with an evil smirk on his face. Chidera's eyes became watery and she ran out in tears. Lucas didn't feel any form of guilt one bit. Instead, he said, "I wouldn't have insulted her, but she brought it upon herself by trying to snatch her cousin's husband. Tell me if this one is not a broad daylight witch." Just when he was feeling satisfied with the words he dished out on Chidera, he felt a presence behind him, and he turned to see who it was, and immediately His eyes landed at a figure 8 and his mouth dropped. So this is what you have been hiding behind those long oversized dresses. Ugoma stood without knowing exactly how to feel. Because coming out, one of her cousins, Gina, said to her, "Ugoma, this dress really looks good on you and I will miss you. Thank you for teaching me all I know." She was happy to be complimented first time in her entire life. But the happiness didn't last because Chidera came to her and bluntly told her, "God will judge you for stealing my husband and also turning him against me." So she didn't know exactly what or how to feel. Lucas opened the car door as she got in slowly, as it was her first time entering a car. Lucas got into the car and he drove off. They drove for a few seconds until they got to an express road. Everywhere was so beautiful. Ugoma kept looking with a smile on her face. She couldn't contain it again, and she said, "Lucas, these houses look like mountains, oh." Lucas laughed and said, "Come on now, these are modern houses. And guess what? My house is bigger than what you have seen." Ugoma said, Tell me something. That one is no longer a house now." And Lucas asked, "If it is not a house, what is it then?" He didn't even land when Ugoma responded, "That's paradise now." Lucas laughed the more and said, "It's like you have a lot of things to learn, oh. Have you seen a plane before?" "You mean an aeroplane?" Ugoma asked. "Yes, now, in the air." "Don't worry," Lucas responded. "You are going to see it very soon." Few hours later, they got to the airport. Lucas, the gentleman husband, opened the door for his wife. Ugoma came down. He held her hand and they started walking in. Ugoma nearly fainted when she saw a very big aeroplane. She described it as big as a house. Meanwhile, she had always thought an aeroplane is small in size because that's how she has always seen it in the air. Lucas spoke with someone and they entered the aeroplane. They sat down and Lucas helped her to fasten the seatbelt. Ugoma said, "Now so life be? So many enjoyments in just one day." And she asked, "What about your car?" Lucas smiled. "That's not mine. Actually, I rented and I have cleared. Mine is in the city." The whole explanation didn't make sense to Ugoma. She just nodded because she doesn't want to disgrace her village people. Halfway into the journey, she slept off after all her blabbing that she would be awake all through the journey to feed her eyes. Lucas was awake looking at her. He said, "I wonder how this pretty lady manages to make me laugh all the time." He smiled and asked, "So I have all of these beauties to myself, and I am sure she's still a virgin. She looks very naive. I think she's using charm on me. I can't remember how many times I've looked at her today. I am not normal again, no, and I think I need immediate help." Few minutes later, the plane landed and Lucas woke her up. They came down, took their luggage straight to where he parked his car, and they drove home. Ugoma marveled when they got home. First, the security opened the gates and Lucas drove in and parked at the garage. The security started bringing out their luggages from the trunk of the car. Lucas opened the door and Ugoma refused to calm down. "What is the matter? Calm down, let's go inside," Lucas said. "Are you going to use me for money rituals?" Ugoma asked in fear. And Lucas started laughing again. He said, "I have married my laughing medicine. Oh. Come on now, Ugoma. Why did you say such a thing? And she said, you see, in Mama's television, I used to see people like you who do it. And Lucas started laughing again. He said, I don't enter better one chance, so. Speaking now to Ugoma. Come on now. We need to go inside and rest. Ugoma agreed to calm down. But she did the incredible thing. She removed her footwear and started following him. Lucas became frustrated. Please put on your footwear. But this place is too clean to wear slippers now, Ugoma replied with a confused expression. Lucas said to her, please just wear it. She immediately obeyed, and when they got to the door, Lucas pressed his passcode and the door opened. Ugoma opened her mouth and she said, this is real America wonder. The way she said it, Lucas started laughing again. And when they stepped aside, he started showing her around. First, she was taken to the kitchen. Lucas showed her how to use the cooker, and within few minutes, she grabbed it. This surprised Lucas. He wasn't in any way expecting her to be a fast learner with all her making display. She was taught how to use the shower, and finally, Lucas showed her her room. He said, I don't want to sleep in the same room with her because I will just end up eating her up every minute because she is so beautiful. As he got to his own room, he received a message from his friend. Hey dude, what's up? We are coming to your house tomorrow morning. Remember, it is men's night. He nearly collapsed after reading this. He said, I know they are doing this because I told them my parents forced me to get married. They just want to see the girl hiding under the umbrella of men's night. I just hope Ugoma doesn't disgrace me tomorrow. Our funny Ugoma on her part was busy feeding her eyes. She went to the bathroom. She said, repeating all Lucas taught her, but this time, naming them all in her own way, just for easy identification. She said, this one that looks like rain, what did he even call it again? Yes, shower. And then this one that looks like a casket is jacuzzi. This one that looks like a pot is a toilet. Today, let me birth with the rain. Then tomorrow, I will use the casket. She showered, enjoying the feel of the waterfall. After a while, she came out, searched for her bag, but didn't find it. She went to the big box in her room, opened it and saw a set of new clothes. She smiled and said, I think staying with my husband is going to be fun. She got dressed in a nightie and collapsed on the bed and traveled to the dreamland. Chidera on her part went round the village looking for a rich man out of frustration to get married to. Her search was fruitless because she didn't find any. She returned home from what I call rich husband's ultimate search. She said, who knows the type of enjoyment Ugoma is having right now? And I am here dying of hunger. Imagine, I overheard Uncle saying Ugoma called her. During my walkabout, I pretended as if I was waiting for someone just to hear what she was about to say. She said Ugoma told her that she and her husband used flights back to the city. I was very angry that I didn't feel like listening anymore. Am I really ugly? Why did Lucas say that to me? And he is not the first. See what I'm supposed to be enjoying, that which deprived me of it. God will judge her. She started perceiving aroma of food. Who is cooking in this house, she asked. Or has Ugoma been rejected? and deported. My God, this is pure miracle. Hey, I knew Lucas is my husband. But wait though, before I conclude, this thing I just said doesn't make any sense. I think I have to confirm before concluding and running my mouth like a tap. She got into the kitchen and saw Gina in the kitchen. How is this even possible? Gina, you can cook? She asked, and Gina looked at her and hissed, Yes, I can cook. Ugoma taught me, and I'm only here to cook for myself. Chidera said, Haba now, you can't be wicked. She stayed back in the kitchen, but Gina concentrated on what she was doing, ignoring her. And when the food was done, she scooped to the last portion, poured water into the pot, and left with her food. Tell me, am I dreaming? Chidera asked. Gina got into her room with the plate of food, looked for a very comfortable spot in the room, and started digging her hot plate of rice. She was enjoying her food when aproko Chidera, who had gone to tell their father and other siblings that Gina cooked and scooped everything without considering them. They all came in with their faces looking like angry monkeys. Gina, what's going on here? Did you buy food? Her father asked. Me? Buy food? When I can cook? Papa, have you all seen the value of Ugoma in this house? Gina said this with her mouth loaded with food. So you learned how to cook from Ugoma, huh? Chidera asked. Gina ignored her completely, turned to their father and asked, Please, Papa, are you hungry? Yes, my daughter. I haven't eaten since morning, he replied immediately. Okay, you people should just get ready to die of hunger because I, Gina, can only cook for myself, she said, laughing. She didn't stop there. She said, Chidera, I want to tell you something. Do you know Ugoma called me? She said her and her lovely husband went back to the city by flight. Not only did he change her clothes, and I'm very sure by now they are already having good time as husband and wife. My sister, can you beat that? And we all know Ugoma is still a virgin. I am thinking that very soon she will be rewarded with the fruit of the womb. Then I will go for a mugo because I was the only one that accepted her in this house. Do you know what will happen after that? You don't know now. Let me tell you. I will meet her husband's handsome rich friends that will marry me since I know how to cook. Gina concluded with a smile on her face. Chidera cry baby ran out again in tears. Her father and other siblings followed, and immediately they left. Gina started laughing like Mama G in those her wicked roles in Nollywood movies. She said, I can't wait for school to resume so I can get out of this hellhole. When I'm done with you all, especially that Chidera, you will know it is not good to maltreat someone. I pity my father, who is busy bad-mouthing other people's children, while my sister, his daughter, is busy sleeping with lecturers for good grades in school. Trust me, I have plans for him, but that's not now. Let me just concentrate on telling Ugoma on how to dress just to make her husband love her the more. Because the way that girl that calls herself Chidera keeps anticipating on another person's husband, I just need to stand at the gate just to make sure Ugoma steps up her game. Sometimes I wonder if it was my mother that really gave birth to them. This is just season 1 though. And she's already crying. So what will she be doing in season 2, season 3, season 4, and season infinity? I think I will just record her and then use it to entertain myself during my leisure time. Ugoma woke up early the next day because she is used to waking up early in the morning. She brushed her teeth and decided to have a bath in the casket. I believe you remember what she called the casket. She stood until she remembered all that Lucas taught her. She pressed the button and water filled up the jacuzzi. She enjoyed herself. She said, "Life in the city is really easy. You don't have to go to the stream to fetch water. Water simply comes out from the white man's container." When she was done, she stood by her closet looking for a cloth to wear. She said, "I remember when we were coming to the city, I saw the way Lucas was looking at all those girls wearing bomb shorts. So that's what I'm going to wear." She took a short and a top. She looked at herself in the mirror and smiled. She called herself Ugoma, the beauty goddess. She packed her hair with a matching ribbon. This is simply the work of Gina. When she was satisfied with her look, she went downstairs to start the daily activities. She cleaned, washed clothes, and cooked. Lucas's phone woke him up. He quickly stood up, picked up his phone. It was his friend. "Why is he calling me so early?" he asked. He picked up the call and the conversation went this way. His friend, "Hello, dude. We are outside your house. Please tell your security to open the gate." And Lucas asked, "Who and you are by the gate? By this time?" His friend responded, "Why not check your time before shouting, 'By this time?' My friend, it is 12 o'clock already." Lucas shouted, "What? I am on my way." He said this, hanging up the call and rushing into the bathroom at the same time to brush his mouth. When he got downstairs, he was shocked. Everywhere was sparkling clean. He was still wondering how Ugoma woke up so early to carry out all the activities when the doorbell rang. When he opened the door, his friends barged in, laughing at him. "I heard you are now a married man," one of them called Ola said. His other friends started laughing, and Toby added, "Not only did he marry you, he married a village girl." This made them to even laugh harder at him. They teased him by saying, "Married man, we salute you, sir." Lucas started hearing footsteps at the stairs behind him, and he noticed all his friends stopped laughing and their attention were behind him, and their mouths widely opened. He turned immediately, and his mouth dropped as well because of what he saw. Dear African Tales by Kama Tribe, I hope you are enjoying the story. Please like, comment, and subscribe as we all anticipate the part 3 of the story. You can buy me coffee by using the link in the description or the link in the channel's description. Until I bring the next part of the story, it is a goodbye from here. Thank you and God bless you.